What's going on, everybody? My name is Ryan, and welcome back to Doki Doki World of Dreams Act 2. Now, in the last episode, we went back to the school, we went to the club, and, everything's kind of the same. We had that, major dialogue change with Sayoko. And, yeah, she doesn't want us taking, the medication we're taking. BG fell asleep in the middle of a sentence, which is a bit of a scary thought. So, and then we left off, leaving the school. And now we're going to be going back to the house. So without further ado, let's get into it. As soon as we're more or less walking alone, I pull out Michi's phone and make a call. Hello? I can feel Michi's inner smile at hearing her voice. I smile a bit in response. Hey there, Sayori. The club just ended, so we're heading home now. Oh, that's good. How was school for you two? Is Monica there? I want to tell her too. Yeah, hang on. I hear some footsteps on the other line, and a sleepy sounding Monica talking to Sayori. The conversation is brief, and I only hear bits and pieces of it. Okay, you're on speakerphone now. My smile immediately grows wider. Hey there, how have things been over there? Pretty good. I've been making sure Monica gets plenty of rest. I wanted to try making something for her, but, well, you know how that played out last time, Michi. I smile and Michi's grow wider, and I chuckle. No matter what, it seems Sayori is more resilient than her initial personality type leads one to believe. Plus, I can't leave, so I nod in understanding, briefly forgetting that they can't see me. Well, thanks for being there for her. Hehe. Monica, are you feeling any better? Better than before. Sayori's right, she's been pretty insistent on making me sleep, and it's helped. But what about you? I haven't had a chance yet to look over the script for the day. That's partially why I called. You boys didn't just call up to call to check out my two sexy ladies home alone and lonely? I can't help it now. I burst out laughing. Michi does too. I ever see some confused stares from people on the street, but for that brief moment, I don't care. My laughter is mostly that of relief. If Monica can be this flirty, she's definitely feeling better. Well, what was her libido, like 8.6? And if Sayori can make some self-deprecating jokes, she's probably feeling a bit better too. My dear, you wound me. Of course, Michi and I would call to check on you too. Haha, I'm just teasing, Ryan. As am I. I take a moment to stop laughing, then clear my throat. Ryan, are you okay though? I'm mostly just strained, physically and mentally. What happened at school today? Well, let's just say the mood at school is a lot more tense than I remember from last week. If you don't mind, I'd actually like to tell you when we get home. Of course. We'll be in the space classroom waiting. Wait, Monica, shouldn't we just look at the script? Yeah, maybe. Monica sounds a bit hesitant. Go ahead and take a look. Maybe there's something that I missed, or maybe I'll have some information that I missed. Highly doubtful, though, seeing as this script seems to be all-knowing. We'll see you two when you get home. Have a safe trip back, just be careful. The weather forecast is saying the rain's gonna get worse as this week goes on. Well, we will. See you later. Bye. Bye. I hear the sound of a phone closing on the other end. I close Michi's and put it back in his pocket. Just then I turn down onto Michi's street. The street lights are still on as I silently walk back towards the house. Michi is silent, almost pensive. The closer to his house I get, the more nervous I get. And not because I'm about to see Monica again. No, this feels more like I'm about to walk into the proverbial lion's den. Not because of the girls, but because of the dangers we will be facing during the week. I had pushed those feelings down before school, but now they're resurfacing with a vengeance. I stand in front of Michi's house, looking at the typical two-story Japanese domicile. Huh, domicile. Guess my time in the club has made me think in, shall we say, fancier terms. At least in English. I grip Michi's bag and umbrella tightly, my knees somewhat shaking. Ryan, what's wrong? Why are you so nervous? I don't know. Eager to see Monica that badly again, huh? Despite myself, I smirk. I can say the same of you, lover boy. It's his turn to get nervous, but that's not it, really. Oh, then what's wrong? I remain standing there, fear coming back up within me. It's like it's about to burst through my mouth. My breathing speeds up. I don't know. I don't. I'm scared. I gulp and lean against the closed fence gate, feeling a bit weak. I am too, man, but it's better to be scared inside, where we won't be moments from collapsing. I smile slightly. Point taken. I trudge inside. I slowly walk in, removing my shoes, and laying the bag and umbrella fall to the floor. I put on some slippers and head into the living room. The moment I see the couch, I walk over her, and my knees finally give out. I collapse onto it, face first into a pillow. All the tension I wasn't aware of feeling all day returns to me in one fell swoop. I can feel my body trembling. From somewhere I hear movement as someone walks in. Ryan? Miji? Is that? Ryan! I feel a comforting presence rush to my side. I peer up and see a very scared and concerning looking Monica looking down at me. Hey, Monty. Without hesitation, the emerald-eyed woman begins hoisting me to my feet. Come on, let's head to the space classroom. I nod, not really in the mood to argue with her. Slowly sit up, feel better now, and I think it's time I explain what happened today. It might be important. Alright. Let's head to the computer. Michi looks too tired to move right now. Sure, sounds good. There he gives a silent nod that continues her Michi pampering. Okay, we're good. Monica and I just remember what I said during that part during the demo. Oh, man. Um, she scrolls up to the point when I leave the house. This is the first time you looked at the script, right? Yeah, I've been focusing more on rebuilding Sayori's trust today. That and taking her orders to rest. She says that last part a bit sheepishly. Fair enough. Alright, let's go over the script. She and I read through the events of today, me more so to compare my memory. The first event we see is when Michi and I met Sayoko on the street. When Monica reads it, her eyes widen in surprise and worry. Okay, this part wasn't in the demo. Sayori's mother? I had a feeling that things would be different for her, but I couldn't imagine all of this. She looks over at Sayori, a look of guilt passing through her eyes. We were just as surprised as you are, and I couldn't help but curse whatever force that is putting her through all of this. It seems like Sayori's rain clouds have latched onto Sayoko. Yeah, they have. I press the palms of my hands to my eyes and sigh. How in the hell are we going to tell Sayori about this? She has access to the script, so we can't lie to her. I'm worried about how she'll react and that she'll try to do something reckless to help her. I glance over to Sayori. Yep. I look up at Monica. And when she realizes she can't help her from in here, oh god. She'll try to go outside? A look of horror fills Monica's eyes, and a moment of silence, understanding, passes between us. She shudders, and I can tell that we both have the same dark memory playing through our mind. How we found Sayori. It's almost a certainty that something will happen to Sayori. She tries to leave the space classroom. But is it worth it to even tell Sayori? Could we take the risk of not telling her and hoping that she doesn't read the script? Monica takes a steady breath and regains her composure. She glances over to Sayori, then back at me. We'll tell it to her straight. Her gaze is sharp, her eyes gleam with determination. I jump in surprise at Monica's steadfast expression. We need to be truthful to each other so that we can deal with any potential problem as a team. Also, I need to be truthful there. That's true. You don't want to hide it from her and have her find out for herself. With everything Monica has been through, she is trying her best to be a better person and a better friend to people who matter to her. Meanwhile, I'm thinking of different ways to lie to Sayori because I'm too scared to face the situation head on. I'm a coward. Ryan, you're right. We need to tell her. It's her own mother. She deserves to know what happened to her and what she knows about me and this time around. Suddenly, a look of fear crosses over Monica's face. Ryan, the pills. What she said about the pills. Did you take any more of them? No, I haven't taken any more since this morning, and I promised Miji that I wouldn't take them again. Monica's features relax, a wave of relief washing over her. Good. We'll figure out a way to deal with Michi's condition without those meds. Agreed. Let's continue reading and we'll talk about the Sayori after. Alright. We continue reading through the events of today together, double checking if the stories line up. Eventually, though, we reach a small encounter between Kotonoha and Yuri at lunch. Unlike the rest, it's written in English, so Monica has trouble reading it. I both translate and explain what happened as I remember it. Monica frowns at this. How was she acting off? It's hard to explain, outwardly. Kotonoha doesn't seem any less friendly than I remember her, although Natsuki did mention her a couple of times whenever I tried to help her. I see. That's all she says about the event for a bit as we continue reading. When we reach the brief encounter with Ye, I see Monica clench her fists together to make her knuckles white and her hands tremble with barely repressed rage. I try and reassure her with a hand over her fist as she forces herself to calm down. Her eyes turn to worry when we reach the portion of the day where Natsuki did her homework in the club and the rest of us had an impromptu study session. Honestly, Natsuki's behavior this time around is worrying me more, especially when you realize what her new home life is most likely this time around. Yeah. Like I said before, it isn't your fault. I am trying my best to accept that, but it's hard, you know? Yeah, that is true. I know, but just keep on trying, that's all I ask. We resume reading. Monica smiles when we reach the brief part of the day where Miji and I offer the diminutive team a lower locker. That was so sweet of you two. It was actually Miji's idea, believe it or not. My point still stands, although she reacted kinda how I imagined. Except for the remark about you guys wanting something from her. That part has me worried a hell of a lot. We're gonna need to keep a closer eye on Kotodaha this week, as best as we can. Anyway, after what she said, and what you told me, I agree. Speaking of that, are you gonna be coming to school tomorrow? She turns off the screen and turns towards me. I'm gonna try, yeah. The others might get suspicious and possibly try to call my parents. Right, that's true. Come on, let's go back and tell Sayori what happened today. I hope she'll take it alright. Monica nods and we both walk back over and sit down. Alright, so this part is all new. I grit my teeth, scrambling over where to even start. Monica looks over at me, her expression hardening. I'll handle this, Ryan. I nod to her, thankful that I don't have to be the one to say it. I know it messed me up. I know I'd mess it up anyways. Guys, what happened today? Monica takes a long breath and begins telling Sayori what happened with her mother. Her tone is even and kind, describing everything that happened with Sayoko as delicately as she can. Huh? Slowly, as she continues to speak, Sayori's eyes fill with deeper layers of dread, her skin turning pale as a sheet. Her hands quiver while she continues to stroke Michi's hair. Damn, I wish he was awake for this. I hope he isn't mad for us telling her when he was asleep. By the time Monica concludes, Sayori is visibly shaking, her breath heavy and labored. My mom, my parents, they, they aren't together anymore? My mom has my, no, anything but that! Monica quickly reaches her arm down, grabs Sayori's shaking hand, holding it tightly. Sayori continues to panic, her eyes flickering between me, Monica, and the sleeping form of Miji. All I do is sit there and watch, petrified of what Sayori will say or do. After a short time, though, Sayori regains control of her breathing, and her shaking begins to slow. Ryan, when you saw my mom, did she look okay to you? Well, I think back to my encounter on the street. She seemed downcast, and she cried when I told her about Michi's medication. But, damn it, damn it, man up! Say something to help her here. What would Sayori do? What would Sayori do? I stand and crouch in front of Sayori so that I'm eye level with her. I join Monica in holding Sayori's hand, and she smiles sweetly down at me. Sayori, your mom was incredibly worried about me, just like how you were worried about us this morning when we first told you about the pills. Sayori uses her free hand to wipe away tears threatening to roll down her face. That says anything about her character. Even if she does have your rain clouds, she is strong enough to push through them, just like you did. At this, the smallest smile creeps onto Sayori's face. You're right, my mom is strong. She had to raise me. A small smile teases my lips. She's still with us, thank God. The best way to help my mom and my dad is to fix this mess. With a deep breath, Sayori steels herself and looks at the both of us. Alright, what else happened today? With one last smile and a quick squeeze of Sayori's hand, I stand and return to my seat. Monica and I continue to describe the rest of the events that happened throughout the day. Sayori listens attentively, but never stops stroking Michi's hair as she listens. When we finish, Sayori looks thorough. Coco might be affected? Her thoughtful look becomes a worried one. It's just a hypothesis. For all we know, it could be nothing. If Natsuki's saying something about it, then it's definitely not nothing. You have a point. Well, we'll all have to keep an eye on her. Us three at school, and you from here, Sayori. Sayori nods with determination. Anyway, that's all I have to report from today. Sayori, if you want to look over the script later, feel free. I probably will. Hello, Michi. Just then, Michi stirs and opens his eyes barely. Did I fall asleep? Feeling any better? Michi sits up and stretches. Less tired, yes, but for some odd reason, I feel like I need a walk. Sayori smiles and stands up. Then you should go for one. Michi looks hesitantly over to me, and I shrug. Couldn't hurt, really. You too, Monica. Me, but what about you? I'm not a child, you know. She pouts at us in that cute, adorable fashion. I can handle myself for a while. Take as long as you need. Monica, Michi, and I exchange glances. Michi is the first to... Yep. Fine, if that's what my girlfriend is ordering me to do, what choice do I have? You make it sound so mean. Monica, Michi, and I burst out laughing. Michi then walks over and hugs her. You've got to learn to figure out when I'm just teasing you, you know. Huh. Just by her face, she hugs him back. I could use a walk too, even if it's raining. Something to clear my head sounds amazing, not gonna lie. Ryan? I shrug. I was never going for walks type back home, but if you still want one, it wouldn't kill me to take a walk, I guess. Sure, let's go. The four of us head for the open door. Ah, Mija and I take deep breath and step through. There's barely any pain this time. Now it just feels like small pins are piercing my body. Nothing major. That's good to know at least. Oh, the split screen. Sayori and Monica are looking at me with worry. Sayori near the edge of the doorway, but not crossing it. But I wave my hand. Relax, the pain's already gone this time. Phew, that's good. Well, you three enjoy your walk. I've got some things to do here anyway. Well, we'll hopefully be back soon to make dinner for you. Ah, dinner. Don't drool too much there, Sayo. Sayori blushes, but also laughs, while Monica and I chuckle. Well, now that the Sayori teasing is out of the way, we'll be heading out. Wait, our clothes? I look down, and to my dismay, realize Miji is still wearing his uniform. We never even changed into casual clothes. As soon as I change it to something more appropriate. Oh, I wonder if there'll be any new dialogue with Yuri's mother. Monica is waiting for me at the door with an umbrella in her hand, some boots on her feet. We're off, Sayori. Have a good time. Monica and I walk through the door. Alright, the rain's still coming down, but it's not too bad at the moment. Monica and I walk down the street, no real destination in mind. The streets are mostly empty. The occasional student. Oh, frick, businessman or woman walking past us or ahead of us. Monica keeps close to me, even Michi is silent as we walk. I listen to the raindrops on the ground and our umbrellas and let my mind get lost in the rhythmic drumming. We continue walking down the streets in silence. To my surprise, I'm the one who breaks the silence. I love the rain, despite everything that's happened. Oh, you do? Monica looks at me a bit surprised. I love the rain. Yeah, especially rain like this. Not too heavy and very relaxing, especially from inside. Why am I talking about this? This is so mundane. Monica giggles suddenly. I know what you mean. I fell asleep earlier today to the sound of the rain from outside. It was very relaxing. I smile, my spirits starting to rise, albeit slowly. She and I definitely need the temporary distraction. I'm glad you got some sleep. I hope it helped. More than you can imagine. I put a tender hand on her shoulder and give it a comforting squeeze. Thank you, Ryan. Could you ask her if Sayori slept too? I relay Michi's message. She did say she slept when I asked. Oh, thank goodness. Again, I relay Michi's relief. She needed it more than I did, I think. Do you think it was a good idea leaving her back there alone? I need that rope. Oh, don't worry about that. I hid it so she can't find it. Actually, it's not in the space classroom anymore. Phew. I feel relief from Michi, and while I share the same sentiment, I feel a tinge of worry. Where is it, exactly? It's in my room. Well, Akio's room, anyway. Got it. Hey, did you guys tell Sayori about her mom? I tensed for a moment, but then relaxed. Yeah, we did. She was worried, but she took a bell. She just wants to fix everything so that she could see her again. Ah, I see. I'm glad she's alright. I wish I was there for it, though, but it's alright. You're not mad? Nah, I probably would have panicked, too, and made her feel worse. I'm glad I was her security blanket, at the very least. Ryan, are you alright? Huh? Oh, sorry, just updating Michi on what happened when he was asleep. Ah, I see. Shall we continue then? Lead the way. God, the artwork is so great. I love it. We take another turn and I look around. I don't recognize where we are now. Michi, where are we? We're near the old church. Church? Your town has a church. A couple, I think. Got it. I look around trying to locate the church. Guessing my intent, Michi leads me down the road. Monica looks at me curiously. Brian, is everything alright? I might not be super religious, but for someone like me, sometimes seeing a church is pretty relaxing in and of itself. It reminds me of my childhood, and I instantly think of my parents who would take me to church regularly when I was a kid. Yeah, I'm fine. Monica? Yeah? Mind if we go inside there for a bit? I point towards the church down the left road. How come? It's hard to explain. Before she can ask further, I feel the wind pick up and light flashes in the darkening sky. Well, at least until the rain tampers off a bit. I nod in agreement and we both head towards the church. Ah, beautiful. When we reach the church entrance, just as the thunder rolls over. Oh, that sounds great. After shaking off our umbrellas and placing them in the foyer, we walk into the church. I sit in a pew near the back, leaning back and sighing softly. Monica sits next to me. I close my eyes. Even though it isn't a Sunday, we aren't really alone. A small gathering of people near the front are practicing an instrumental and choir arrangement, presumably for church service. They don't take any notice of us and continue practicing. I feel Monica's hands slowly intertwining into mine. Immediately, my mind wanders to the future. I see myself in a wedding tuxedo, staring at two bright and happy emerald eyes. The owner of said eyes is wearing the most beautiful wedding dress I've ever seen. I can somewhat hear a minister speaking a normal pronunciation of the two of us being husband and wife. I see myself lift a vial and lean in. Whoa! Back up the truck, Ryan. It's a bit early and presumptuous to be thinking about that. I look over at Monica. She's leaning against me, a sincere expression on her face. Guess the church atmosphere is getting to her too, in a good way. The choir takes that moment to take a brief break and scatters, either going to talk in small groups or heading to the bathroom. Out of the corner of my eye, I see one of the scattering choir members walk over to the church organ. Ah, Yuri's mother. That's when I see her. She isn't anyone in the choir. Her clothes are too casual for something like that. She's in the same pew as we are, only a few seats away. Her head is bowed, as if in prayer. Not wanting to wake Monica, I turn away, but keep a sideways eye on her. For some reason, she looks familiar. I haven't seen her before, of course, but for some reason she reminds me of someone. I remember thinking it might have been Natsuki's mom. That was a dumb thing to think. The hair color gives it away. Monica stirs just then and looks up at me. Ryan, didn't mean to startle you. You tensed up. I did? I turn back to the woman a few meters away. Monica looks past me and to the woman. Who's that? Do you know her? No, but she reminds me of someone I know. From your old life? Oh, no. That's the weird thing. I turn away, concentrating. Why does she look so oddly familiar? Monica looks at the woman curiously for a few minutes more before turning away. We both sit there in silence for a while. Ah, Jesus Christ. Suddenly I'm startled by the sound of a coughing fit. Turning quickly towards the source, I see it's the woman. I quickly reach into my pocket to retrieve a handkerchief. Standing, I hurry over. Monica close by me. Here you are, ma'am. She takes the offered handkerchief and covers her mouth immediately. I look back to Monica, who's looking at the woman with concern. Looking around, I see a water dispenser nearby with some plastic cups near the end of the back pew. Monica moves before I can, vaulting quietly over the pews, filling 2 cups up with water. She then brings them both back. Here, this should help, ma'am. The woman gratefully takes both cups and downs the first, then sips at the other as her coughing fit slows down. She smiles as she hands me the handkerchief back. Thank you, you two. The assistance is much appreciated. While she continues sipping, I look at the handkerchief. To my shock, there's blood on it. Monica looks back at me with trepidation. I hurriedly put the piece of cloth away. The woman finishes the second cup and Monica quickly stands to grab some more. Feeling any better? Much. You have my gratitude once more. Glad to be of help. She smiles at me. I ask what brings you to this humble parish. I don't believe I've ever seen you or your friend here before. Mostly protection from the storm outside. My friend and I wanted to take a walk and to clear our heads. Guess that wasn't a good idea, eh? I smile sheepishly. Monica then returns, managing to carry 4 cups. She hands 2 to the strange woman, then hands 1 to me before sitting back down with her own cup. Yes, the weather has been rather detrimental for head-clearing walks, which is a shame. I enjoy coming here to meditate, especially when my tutoring sessions are over. In an unusual way, it reminds me of the times my little brother and I would go to the cinema when we were younger. Her smile looks so familiar. Where have I seen it before? Are you a part of the choir? The woman chuckles and shakes her head. Oh, nothing like that. I merely come here because the church itself is a comfort to me, even if I am unsure what I believe anymore. I'm not understanding. I might not go to a regular church service anymore like I used to when I was a child, but stepping inside a church always seems to relax me. That's fair. I kind of get that feeling as well. I also need to get out of my house when my daughter is at school. Oh, why? I'm not sure why I'm asking. It's not like it's my business. My daughter is very much someone who has plenty of worries, especially when it comes to me. She would be very upset if she found me here. The woman smiles kindly at us. I hardly leave my house as it is. Oh God. She begins coughing again and I immediately hand her the handkerchief again. She takes it gratefully and covers her mouth. Bringing the handkerchief away once more, I see more specks of blood on it. She starts handing it back to me, but I hold up my hands. That's alright. You need it more than I do. Are you sure? Of course. She smiles gratefully. Your generosity is much appreciated, young man. Thank you. You're welcome. She puts her hands in her lap and looks down. Silence fills the room once more. Finally, Monica speaks up. I hope it's alright to ask, but are you really okay? Should I call an ambulance for you? The woman shakes her head sadly. No, there's no need to trouble yourself. I've already been there. Many times. Monica and I exchange a worried look. The cancer? Yep, that's right. I forgot. She has cancer. That's all, I'm not laughing at the fact that she has cancer. I'm laughing at the fact that I forgot that. The cancer is too far spread to be treated properly. I feel the blood drain from my face. Monica goes pale too. The woman notices this and looks immediately. That word. Please forgive me. I didn't mean to ruin the mood. Ah, sorry. No, it's alright. She smiles a bit sadly. I certainly hope so. Just then, she takes a closer look at us. Pardon the personal query, but are you two high school or college students? We are in our last year of high school. May I ask where? Sakura Academy. The woman's eyes widen ever so slightly. Then perhaps you might know my daughter. Oh, we might. What's her name? Yoshika Yuri. I'm her mother, Yoshika Mayuki. Suddenly it all makes sense. The woman's mannerisms, her soft voice, and the long black hair. I curse myself for not seeing it before. I know her, Yoshika-san. She's actually the vice president of my club. Mayuki looks at Monica with renewed interest. So you're Asano-san. Yuri has mentioned you occasionally whenever I ask her about the club activities. How's she doing at school? Monica purses her lips, trying to think of an answer. While she does so, I intervene to give her more time. I actually visited their club earlier today and met your daughter, ma'am. Mayuki turns her attention to me. Oh, what was your impression of her? I smile. I believe the vice presidency suits her. She was very welcoming when I just dropped in out of nowhere. Even made me some tea. Mayuki giggles ever so slightly. That's my daughter, alright. She gets her love of tea from me, I'm afraid. But please, go on. Suddenly a bit more nervous, I clear my throat and take a sip of water. Monica chooses this time to intervene herself. Yuri is a great addition to our club, ma'am. And not just as vice president. She brings a certain decorum to the club that enhances the atmosphere. She is a bit quiet and introverted, but passionate about what she loves. Mayuki smiles once more. I'm glad to hear that she's doing alright. As her mother, I do worry about her often. Would it be too much to ask that you look after her, especially if she's being picked on or bullied? She's very easily stressed, and I want her last year in school to be as full on fun and fulfillment as is possible. You have my word, Yoshika-san. Thank you very much. She turns to me. I can't ask the same of you since you only just met my daughter, but I'll keep an eye on her, at least. She and I did speak a bit during lunch today by sheer coincidence. Mayuki looks startled by this, but just nods. I'm grateful. Suddenly I remember the brief conversation I heard between Kotonoha and Yuri. I frowned, wondering what I should ask. Mayuki notices my change of expression. Young man, is everything alright? Oh, sorry, I was just remembering something at school. Does it involve my daughter? If so, please tell me. She looks deadly serious. For some reason, I'm having a hard time denying her. It's just that earlier when I was eating, someone approached your daughter and asked about you. I quickly relayed the conversation Kotonoha had with Yuri. Ah, see, now I'm having like the realization that yeah, that conversation did happen in English. I could say softly, I do know Chiba-san. I have been hired by her family to be your personal English tutor. I try and keep things cordial, knowing who she is. What is this Kotonoha been up to? Monica and I exchanged brief but alarmed looks. When I got home, oh fuck. Hi, Yuri! How's it going? Mom? Startled by the outburst, the three of us turn. Okay. Standing at the end of the pew is a very frightened and somewhat wet Yuri, panting. She takes a minute to catch her breath. Yuri, dear, are you alright? Yuri looks at her mom indiscreetly. I should be asking you that. You know the doctor said you need to be resting. Yuri sounds more scared and upset than angry. Take some breaths, dear. I was simply talking to these two. Nothing strenuous, I promise. Yuri suddenly looks at the two of us, her eyes widen as she recognizes us. Monica? Chizu-san? What are you doing here? Monica holds up her hands. Calm down, it's alright. Here, take a seat. I'll get you some water. Yuri does it so much sip as collapses at the end of the pew. Mayuki quickly stares at her daughter's son and begins making a fuss about her slightly damp hair. Oh. Monica returns quickly with a cup of water, which Yuri takes gratefully. When she fully recovers, she looks over at her mom. My hair's fine, don't worry. Mom, how many times do I need to remind you about what the doctor said? Sweetie, I need to stretch my legs. I've only been here for half an hour. Yuri closes her eyes, brows furrowed worriedly. Mom, we should go home now. I've already bought the ingredients for dinner on the way home. Alright, dear, let me just go powder my nose. Instead, I realized that the two of them have been talking in English for the past few moments. Oh, Mayuka slowly stands and walks off. When the three of us are alone, Yuri looks at us. Monica, shouldn't you be at home resting? I thought you were sick. Monica smiled slightly. I'm feeling much better. It was a case of food poisoning, and that's pretty much past. Yeah, she shit her brains out. I think I said that in the demo too, but yeah, she shit her brains out. I just need some fresh air. Oh, I see. I'm glad you're feeling better, but why are you here, Jesus-san? I feel like Monica and I are being interrogated right now. It doesn't help that whoever was playing the organ stopped, now that it's just awkwardly quiet. I went for a walk myself. I just happened to meet a sound sign, is all, and we got to talking. Then we ended up here when it began raining harder, so we took shelter here. And that's how we met your mother. And that's how... Yuri looks between the two of us, slight suspicion in her eyes, but it's brief. I see. Monica pulls out her phone and looks at the time. Actually, I should really get going. I'll see you tomorrow, you two. Depends if I have to stop by the club tomorrow or not. Monica nods. Of course, we hope to see you there too. Yuri, have a good night. And with that, Monica stands and walks past us, heading to the foyer. Okay, yep, still recording. Great. I mirror Monica's actions, looking briefly at Michi's phone. Me too, Yuri. Sorry that we detained your mom. Yuri smiles, but there's a tenseness behind it. It's alright, she just needs to learn to follow the doctor's orders better. I smile back. Fair enough. Will I see you at the club tomorrow? I make a show of thinking hard about it, not something I need to act much, since I've already made a decision about whether to go or not. I'm not sure yet. Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed being there, but I'm just wondering whether I should wait to join the club until after the festival or join before. Ah, that is next week, isn't it? Yep. Either way, I'll think about it. Alright. Have a safe trip home with your mom, Yoshika-san. Stay safe yourself. I stand and stretch, walking past Yuri. Quickly, I grab my umbrella and walk back out into the rain. The rain has picked up a bit since we entered the church, same with the wind, but not by not much. I begin walking back the way we come. Hi, Monica. When I turn the corner, I see Monica waiting for me, frowning slightly. I kept you. I had a brief conversation with Yuri. Couldn't just up and leave without looking rude. Oh, right. Sorry, that came out wrong. It's alright, you're stressed, I get it. She and I resume walking home, not saying anything, as both of us are lost in thought about recent events and revelations. Michi, who's kept quiet for a while, finally speaks up. Any idea why Yuri lied about leaving her living situation? That's actually a very good question. Maybe she was embarrassed. Maybe, but that doesn't really sound like her. I would tend to agree, but we've only known her for about a week, so it's hard to say. She does seem a bit stressed about it, though. Maybe she doesn't want to be seen as an attention seeker? Maybe. I don't know. It's just very odd. Plus, last week she offered for Monica to stay there. Maybe she felt like she could trust Monica with the secret if she'd accept it. Maybe. Man, this whole thing is weird. Weirder than me controlling your body? Point taken. Ryan, what's wrong? You've been staring off into space for a while now. Sorry. Miji and I were just talking. What about? Why Yuri lied about her living situation last time around. Ah, right. What about you? What were you thinking about? I was actually trying to make sense of the conversation we just had with Yuri's mom. Mostly the stuff she said about Kotonoha. That was weird, wasn't it? Here we go, the realization. I remember having a crazy-ass theory about Yoshika, about Kotonoha, holding everybody hostage and making her do favors. And I cut it out of the video, so there's some lore if you made it this far. I'm about to say something else when a horrified realization passes over Monica's face. My heart drops. Monica? She stops and turns to me right before we reach the turn down the street. Ryan, you talked to Yuri's mom about the conversation between Kotonoha and Yuri. I told my head in confusion about that's what she's getting at when she clarified. A conversation that happened in English. I could almost feel my heart stop at the realization. Shit, I screwed up big time there. Dropping the ball doesn't even begin to describe my egregious fuck up here. Damn it to hell. I swear, ironically enough, in English. My fist clenched into tight balls. Ryan, calm down, calm down. Monica reaches down, grabbing my fist and holds them reassuringly. Realizing that I'm about to lose control, I let my umbrella fall to the ground, facing the rain with my eyes closed. The cold rain on my face, along with Monika's hands and mine, are enough to calm my panicked and self-hating thoughts. What the hell did I do? Am I seriously going to keep making stupid mistakes like this all my life? I take a few deep breaths, letting the rain wash over me for a bit, as if washing the worries away. Not that it has that power, but I could dream, can't I? Eventually, I look back down at a worried Monica. I give her a reassuring smile as I pick up the umbrella again and bring it over to me. Sorry, I didn't mean to make you worry. It's alright. But what do we do? I'm pretty sure Yuri's mom is going to talk to Yuri about that. I take a turn down the street. I don't know. I guess we just gotta hope she doesn't tell Yuri. But what if she does and she talks to you about it? I sigh. Look, it's obvious this time around that there's something off about Kotonoha. Agreed. From what little I've seen in the script and what you've told me, yeah. Let's try to come up with a clever lie then. Perhaps I'm secretly good at English? Secretly, yes. Monica closes her eyes, presumably in deep thought. That might work, but how are your English grades, Miji? Mediocre at best. You're about to get a major upgrade then. It's possible that Yuri would go asking about your English performance, but highly unlikely since she doesn't necessarily go out of her way like that. Maybe. Still, I'll be more careful in the future. I keep saying that, but it keeps slipping up. Please do. We reach Miji's house just then. Shaking off our umbrellas under the canopy, we head inside. The moment we reach the entryway, I peel off the jacket I'm wearing and tiredly hanging on the rack. Monica takes the umbrella from me and shakes them both off outside before placing them in their proper places. The two of us head into the space classroom. Home sweet home. Miji and I immediately split apart the moment we step through the threshold. The two of us, along with Monica, head towards the couch. We're home. I call this out as the three of us both collapse on the couch in front of a surprised and immediately worried Sayori. What happened? Are you alright? I look up at Sayori and give a weak but my best reassuring smile. Just tired. Monica leans her head against my shoulder, eyes closed. Sayori quickly takes a seat next to my Yuri. To who? To Miji, and puts a comforting arm around him. Reluctantly, he leans into her embrace. Seriously, what happened, you guys? You were supposed to have a relaxing walk. Monica doesn't move or talk, her eyes shut in exhaustion. Well, we had an unexpected encounter. I take the next few minutes to explain since my body is the least physically exhausted. Sayori listens intently, growing more worried as I continue relying on a brief talk with Yuri's mom. Monica and Michi don't say too much, not that I can't blame them. They're both tired after what just happened, I'm sure. When I finish, Sayori looks almost beside herself with worry. I didn't know. I didn't know. No one knew. Don't go blaming yourself. She's about to respond when the pair of arms reaches up and pulls Sayori close. It's alright, Sayori. I'm just wondering why she hid it from us. Is it because she doesn't trust us? We all go silent at the thought. I feel a bit hurt at the prospect, but immediately push those feelings aside. I try not to think about the fact, mostly because I technically don't know Yuri that well. I mean, why would she tell me after just meeting, right? Although it doesn't really make much sense lying about it for other reasons. Once more I put those thoughts aside. I'm probably overthinking this. For some reason I start feeling unnecessarily angry. Shocked at my own reaction, I quickly suppress it. Suddenly an idea comes to mind, but one I know might be very hard on certain members of our squad. Regardless of that, we're gonna need to make some more plans, I think. I slowly sit up, reluctantly leaving the comfort of Monica's head on my shoulder has provided. Brain, why are you thinking about this certain moment right now? Give me a second. Alright, sorry about that, but we're back. I turn towards the computer to back at the 3. You guys go ahead and rest for now. I need to look at something. Slowly, I walk over to... Wait, what? Standing, I slowly walk over and turn on the screen. As before, the script is minimalized on the desktop, so I bring it up and look at it. I take a time to scour through every file I can find in the main game folders. Some open only the gibberish, while others don't have what I'm looking for. Lastly, and with some trepidation, I start digging through the character files. I open a random one, Yuri's, and use the search feature looking for something. I do find what I'm looking for, a setting that reads Thought to Script. What? Your name. However, when I try to select the Y option, an error message pops up, indicating that I need certain privileges for that action. I open another file, but with the same result. However, when I open mine, I find that I can make the change. I click the Y option before I hit save. I lean back, bring up the main script once more, then turn to the others. Guys, are you too tired to come over here for a moment? I need to discuss something with you. Right, seeing my own thoughts. I minimalized the screen to bring up the main script document. Monica is instantly up, walking over to me quickly and sitting as close to me as the other chairs surrounding the computer will allow. Sari and Miji walk up a few seconds later. When everyone is seated, I move aside and point at the screen. I'm sure we all know how the script appears here. I'm not too sure I follow. I tap the monitor softly. This portion of the script shows its basic conversations and actions, but only from my perspective, or Miji's. It's hard to determine. But in the base game, we are able to see the protagonist's inner thoughts, some of them at least. So, why can't we hear? What's preventing us from looking at inner thoughts, or surface thoughts at the very least? Did you find something? I did. Here. I maximized my character profile, pointing to the setting I found. Everyone frowns, but especially Sayori. Can't say I wasn't expecting that reaction from her. I found this setting in a couple other character files, but only mine seems to work. I think we should turn it on. You're wanting us to spy on your inner thoughts? Why? Preventable measures. You all know I have anger issues, right? Everyone slowly nods, Monica more slowly, causing me to feel guilty at how my anger hurt her. Well, I don't want it getting the better of me, and my thoughts can get pretty rage-filled, especially recently. So now that I found a way to broadcast my thoughts over to the script, no! Unsurprisingly, Sayori burst out at her displeasure of this idea immediately. But I can't think of any other options to keep everyone safe. Why you? Why can't it be me? Why wouldn't mine work too? I take a deep breath and exhale slowly, shaking my head. Right now, I'm the more dangerous one of the two of us when we're merged. Even last week, I did things in anger that hurt people. I don't want that happening here. Not without someone watching to keep me from going too far. I slowly turn to a still angry looking Sayori. I'm slightly scared to ask this of her, but I don't know if there's any other choice at the moment. You can forget it, Ryan. I'm not going to spy on your private thoughts. It's not right. Damn, I knew she would be stubborn about this. I focused my complete attention on her. Fushika Sayori. Now I have her complete attention back. I know what you're thinking. I know you feel like it's a breach of privacy to see thoughts displayed for all to see. But right now, seeing as you're the only one who's in this classroom more than the rest of us, I'm gonna need your help in this. No one else here would be able to. Miji and I would be outside trying our best to stop the game script, and Monica will be helping with that. I look at her. What, did you expect me to stay home from school all week? I wouldn't have blamed her if she had. The poor girl has signs of PTSD, not to mention her bruised wrist. You, the school idol? You'd be sorely missed. She smiles a bit, Miji smirks, and I smile back. Only Sayori isn't laughing. Damn it, guys, this isn't funny! I refocus on Sayori. No, it really isn't. I know that. But it might be our only way to prevent things from getting too out of hand in the event of the unforeseen. What if we have another encounter with Ye, or some new enemy we don't know about yet? It's still wrong. No one should have that kind of power. Monica, you agree with me, right? Monica sighs. I think I would have to agree with Ryan in this case. No offense to you, Ryan, of course. None taken. Sari looks shocked at Monica's response. So you're calling Ryan a liability? No, not at all. What I'm saying is we need every edge we can get, and if Ryan says only his mind has the permissions, we should use it. I can't believe this. What about you, Miji? You seriously can't think that this is a good idea. I see Miji wince. Miji, if you disagree with me, I won't blame you. Thanks. Honestly, I don't know what to think at this point. You're both making very compelling arguments. Miji, I'm sorry, Sayori, but you both have good points. Our track record is 1 for 0 at this point. I mean, 0 for 1. 1 for 0, yeah. We're losing. Monica's right, we need this edge. We need it badly. Sayori looks almost betrayed by this. But on the other hand, I'm not sure I feel comfortable opening your mind for everyone to see. Thoughts are dangerous to read. Honestly, I'm torn here. Just then, as if realizing what she's putting Michi through, Sayori's expression softens. Michi, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have put you on the spot like that. I just hate the idea. There has to be another way. God damn those tears. I wouldn't be asking this of you if there was. At least one I could see. We're at war right now, and we don't really even know who or what our enemy is. We need to treat it as such. A lot worse has been done in actual wartime. It doesn't make it any less wrong. Sayori appears to be slowly breaking, her moral defenses slowly crumbling. I feel the guilt slowly building and decide to give her the last word. I don't want to force you. All I ask is take some time to think about it. If you say no, everyone here will respect the decision. Right, everyone? Michi nods empathetically and Monika's is a little more reluctant. I immediately flash back to what the script said about her empathy stat. Alright, I promise I'll think about it. Thank you. But that uncomfortable topic set to the side for a brief while, I clap my hands. In the meantime, we should get some food. I don't know about you, but I was getting hungry while in Michi's body. Are we at the hour mark? Nope, we still have 12 minutes. Okay, cool. In the meantime, we should get, yeah, okay. Hell, I haven't eaten anything in this body since I got here. The stomach rumbles in response. Everyone smiles a bit, and the mood somewhat lifts. Miji, why don't we head to the kitchen so we can make some dinner for everyone? Sure thing. Monica, I'm gonna guess you didn't have much time to teach Sayori about what you do know about coding, right? She nods. Are you asking me to teach her? Yeah, I'd be glad to. Great, thanks. Thank you, Monica. Of course. Monica and Sayori both head to the couch. Miji and I both walk towards the open door and step through. Hiya! I search through the fridge and pull together ingredients. I'm not sure what I want to make yet, so I pull out Michi's phone and browse the net for common vegetarian dishes. Every time we're cooking, I think back to the scene in the Christmas special that I wasn't able to upload, but I did record, of a cute moment between me and Natsuki when we say Carol of the Bells. Oh, it's so good. It was such a good scene. I loved it so much. I might have to like do it like on a live stream and like go through the whole mod. Hey, are you really okay with your proposal about having Sayori keep an eye on your thoughts? What do you mean? What if you think something she really doesn't approve of, or something awful? Thoughts are just that. Thoughts. It's how we act on them where they can become a problem. Plus, if I begin thinking something that plagy, oh yeah, the plagy thing, glitch shows up again, that's at least some advance warning that shit's about to go down. Yeah, I suppose. There's some silence as I half-heartedly read through some of the recipes online. You really wanted to agree with Sayori fully, didn't you? I did, yes. I didn't want her to be alone in that decision. I felt like we were gaining up on her. I just wish there was something we could do for her. Something I could do for her. She's really getting the short end of the stick here, isn't she? Don't get me wrong, we all are, but this isn't something I want to place on anyone's shoulders, hers especially. Yeah, she's had to grow up very fast. Her innocence is lost. Lost? I don't think so. I think of it as her innocence being on vacation for the moment. We're stuck in this pretty shitty situation, so her normal behavior has to step aside for a moment, if that makes sense. Yeah, it does. I just missed that part of her, you know? When we get through this mess, I'm sure she'll return to normal, and perhaps a large celebration will be in order when we're sure things are okay. Ha, she'd like that, I'm sure. No doubt. I take another look through their fridge and find something very simple. Huh, I wasn't aware Japan had fish sticks, too. Of course they do. Fish sticks are common, aren't they? Aren't they? I pull out a box of frozen fish sticks and look it over. Cape Cods? Really? There's a store in town that has foreign food. Mom likes to shop there sometimes. I spot some frozen fries in the freezer as well and pull them out. Fish sticks and fries. Fish and chips. Can't go wrong. Placing them on the counter, I turn my head and call down the hall. Hey, you guys! How do fish sticks and french fries sound tonight? That sounds fine to me. Ooh, fish sticks. Yes, please. Sorry, sounds a bit better. Coming right up. Sometime after I begin preparing to cook, I hear Sayori shouting something, but this time she sounds excited. I did it! Oh, wow, Sayori. I never thought about that. This is so cool that they're adding rooms to the space classroom. It is so cool to me to think of. What's going on in there? Sayori might have found a way to add rooms in here. Oh wow, that is pretty good news. Perhaps you and Sayori could sleep together for real. Hey! Not that way, and you know it. Besides, it might be good for her. I doubt she wants to spend the night sleeping alone in the orbiting classroom. Oh yeah, that makes sense. I mean, she's pretty much gonna be spending the days alone till we get home, or unless we visit her while at school. I hate everything. Why am I yawning so much? Should we try to visit her during lunch? If we have time, but we should at least buy her some lunch or prepare something for her before we leave. Fair enough. Oi! Like I said, that's my catchphrase. Heh. I smile a bit in response. I'm glad Michi's feeling up to making jokes, at least. Michi and I don't say anything to each other instead of just waiting for the food to finish while listening to the raging storm outside. It seems to have gotten worse. I go to the fridge and grab 3 bottles of melon soda and bring them to the space classroom. Oh, it looks so good, even at night. Oh, I know it looks the exact same, but like it looks so good. I like the M. Who wants melon soda? Sarah and Monica both look up from where they're both seated at the computer. Me. God, I really needed that winning Sayori smile today. Monica's smile, though, fills me with hope for our future events more. Sure, I'll take one. How long until the food is ready? I'm gonna lose my mind. Why am I yawning? It'll be ready in a little while, don't worry. Thank you again, Ryan. You're welcome. I smile at her reassuringly and head back to the kitchen. I read over the instructions again, then set a timer and sit at the table. Oh wait, I might have to skip over the child talk. That shouldn't affect me that much. Michi's exhausted body slowly catches up to me, so I pull the timer closer just in case I doze off and lean my head on the table. Sorry I tired your body out so much, dude. Not your fault, I'm the one who wanted to go for a walk. And with that, the two of us just sit there in silence, listening to the relaxing sound of the rain on the garden outside. The minutes slowly pass, and I try not to fall asleep. A couple minutes before the timer goes off, a sneeze brings me to a state of more alertness. I sit up and shake off the cobwebs. Uh-oh, either someone's talking about you or me, or I'm coming down with a cold. I was literally thinking that. Let's hope it's the former, but it could just easily have just been a sneeze. I'm going to lose it if I yawn. I hope so too. We both wait until finally the fish sticks and the fries are done. I serve them up on 4 plates and turn back to the space classroom. Okay, dinner is served. I hear some brief commotion from the space classroom. Monica quickly runs in. I'll take them in. All 4? You sure? I'll be fine. Sayori's on standby near the door. She takes the 2 plates and runs down the hall. Moments later, she returns and grabs the other 2 plates and the ketchup bottle. I'll be right there. Just gotta clean up. Hurry up or your food will get cold. She heads back down the hallway. I move to the now empty trays to the sink, where I rinse them off, then quickly wash them with a soapy dish rag, placing them back where they belong. No sense of being slobs here. Certainly hope you're not insinuating something here, oh responsible one. Me? Insinuate anything against you? My good sir, you doth wound me so. Both of us laugh, some of the daily tension dissipating as I dry off the now clean trays and put them away. Now then, should we get going? Food awaits. How did that? Hold on 1 second, I'm actually curious about something. Let me check my channel really quick. Just go through my oldest. Oh, it's only been 1 year. Oh, but it was January of last year. Okay, so it had been like 2 years that I've been waiting for this. My voice sounds the exact same. I don't know how I feel about that. I guess this is my voice from now on. No puberty is coming to save me. Now then, we should get going through the weights. Good, I'm starving. Hi, starving. I'm Ryan. Hi. You really had to make that dumb joke here, didn't you? He sounds exasperated, but partially amused. That jokes transcend languages, my friend. Yar yar. That's revenge for you using that on you, isn't it? No comment. The two of us chuckle as I head down the hall. And we're at 56 minutes. I think that's a good point to call off this episode. Well, that'll do it for this episode of Doki Doki World of Dreams, Act 2, ladies and gentlemen. We had that talk with Yuri's mom. She still has cancer. No new dialogue as far as I could see. We got back to the house. We told... actually, no, there was new dialogue with Sayori talking to her about her mother. Oh my god, I'm so happy. Why am I so happy? As I said, this game is at the top of my list now. I think I'll post all of Act 1 and then I'll do another video and then post a few of like Chapter 2. I do have a list of games I want to play. I think that's a good idea, is to have a list and try to stay frequent on these uploads. I want to take this a lot more seriously, because I have a good reason to now. I have a lot more free time. Ha ha ha. But anyways, yeah, that'll do it for this video. Feel free to let me know what you guys thought about it down in the comments below. Feel free to leave a like. Feel free to subscribe. Feel free to do whatever. It is completely up to you. Also, feel free to check out my merch store down in the description below. You don't have to buy anything, but I would appreciate it if you would at least check it out. I hope you all have a great day. Hope you all have a great night, a great afternoon, a great evening, whatever time it is for you. The link to this mod, as always, will be down in the description, as well as my Doki Doki World of Dreams Act 2 playlist, so you can go back and check out the other videos that you might have missed. I love you all, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace!